I want to start this video off with some context. I've been playing Overwatch since the beta of Overwatch 1, and it's now Season 12 in Overwatch 2. With the formal attire just being released in the shop, I don't know when this video will be released, because I'm a full-time college student. It's about how Overwatch has felt for a player who's played it for 8 years. Those with every piece of media, there's always a little bit of bias. Mine's that I'm a DPS main who's only ever peaked in Masters and PC because Overwatch comp scares me. Competitive in any game scares me because my relationship with competitive before Overwatch was never touching it. And once I got interested in Overwatch, like really interested, I was like, maybe I'll try a comp one day. And it just scared the ever living out of me. I don't know how people could have the mindset of being comp or nothing, even when I only have time to play on the weekends now because of my college schedule. So I guess that now makes me a casual player. And because of what I said, immediately makes you disregard this video and my topic, then go ahead, I don't care. But besides that, you should take this video with a grain of salt like everything in life. I will be blunt with Overwatch because I've never poured thousands of hours into a game, hobby, or anything else like Overwatch, only for me to not enjoy playing it, even solo. This isn't about how I would ideally make a video either on this channel. I'd rather it be a bunch of clips or a montage of me playing Overwatch and making them as funny as possible instead of writing an actual script, which I'm doing right now. There might be a few edits here and there compared to how I would actually make a video. This is not going to be nowhere near heavily edited for funny stuff. But it's about time we get into the actual topic of this video. Overwatch got Game of the Year in 2016. It was competing with Naughty Dog's Uncharted 4 at Thief's End, a game that, looking back, should have won. This video will be pulling from many popular content creators like Flats, Artikadao, as an example for people who have had their own troubles with this game from not only playing it, but just being in the community. Yes, it will cover things talked about before from other content creators, but that doesn't mean it won't have anything new in it. Now, I have mentioned Urkada, and if you're a new Overwatch player watching this, you've probably never heard that name before or know who that is. So while I yap right now, I'm probably going to show some older Overwatch content creators that just vanished or stopped uploading Overwatch content, like Hobby or Gamble, who's just known as Cat W now on YouTube, and all of theirs Overwatch content is just unlisted. I watch so many content streamers go from playing Overwatch 10 plus hours a day to only playing it a few hours, then switching to a different game, or just leaving Overwatch behind entirely, just like the creators I've mentioned. But back to the main topic, Overwatch was supposed to be a mix between a MOBA and a team-based FPS, which is why when it did come out and everyone loved it, I remember watching the Dragon cinematic, I think is still the best cinematic in the lore, before Overwatch was officially released, and getting more hyped about the game coming out while I was a freshman in high school. Overwatch 2 cinematic now, however, are not usually rendered how Overwatch's Dragons was. Now they're usually drawn and animated as if an actual animator was doing it, like with manga and ventures. The point of these cinematics were to make you excited for not only the characters, but the content they bring with them being added to the game. In Overwatch 1, a new character was added. They released with 4 legendary skins. Meanwhile, Venture hasn't gotten anything since release. We could talk about how Overwatch's new poster girl isn't consistent with the already established lore, and how supports being able to do more damage than Genji shouldn't be allowed, or how Hanzo can't even one-shot anymore, but that's not the point of this video. It's about how Overwatch has become a shell of what it used to be, and all the pain it brings with it. Overwatch 1 had an optimistic atmosphere that it brought to the gaming genre. Characters and gameplay, which are now all lost with monetization, battle passes, skin recolors being sold for premium coins, and the decline of how the community spirit has been over the years. Just a few months ago, Aaron was like, "We passed 100 million players, woo!" That is with Smurf and alt accounts all over the place. Someone could just buy a burner phone and play Overwatch, when Overwatch 1 at its peak probably easily had over 300 million players worldwide. Another thing is how hero identity has also been lacking. The Overwatch 2 heroes haven't been the greatest lore-wise compared to Overwatch 1 heroes with their cinematics and lore, besides maybe Ramatra being the new main antagonist. Kiriko feels so out of left field because before she was introduced, it was said that Genji was trained by Black Myth and Kanazaka, and apparently she's in her 20s, but is shown practicing with Genji and Hanzo when they were all kids. Sojourn was hinted at in the Overwatch Recall cinematic, with all of the heroes passing by once Winston pushed the button. I believe there's a reason for this. The Overwatch 1 story director left before Overwatch 2 was even released. Michael Chu, the main writer for the game, left Blizzard in 2020, which I hear no one talk about at all. I would love for someone else to take over the reins and get us that Overwatch Netflix show like League has, but that means we will either have to retcon the lore for some characters or just try and continue with how things are now. Now the PvE story mode is scrapped, everyone who bought the $15 bundle for it should just get like 1500 Overwatch coins at least. It was scrapped because there's not gonna be any more story added. Another thing Blizzard could do for us, hero bans. League of Legends, a MOBA team based game, started hero bans when they reached around 40 champions. Guess what? Overwatch is at. No one wants to go against the Rant characters like Sombra, Mei, Sim, Junkrat, Moira, or like the others in their games because it's just not fun to play against. There's a reason those specific characters are mentioned in question 80 of the Overwatch Rice Purity test. Okay, enough about them though. But you get the point. No one wants to play solo tank and play counter watch the entire game. That's just not fun. I have a lot of hopes for this game. That's where I've met a lot of friends. I've made lots of good and bad memories. I miss Overwatch 1 like many streamers who stopped playing when Overwatch 2 was released. I just don't know what to say. I don't want to leave the characters who I love, but I do want to leave the game they're part of. I want to play a game where I have the exact same playstyle as Genji, but I don't want to play Overwatch, if that makes sense. I don't really know what else to say. It's just become a shell of a game, which is why the title is what it is. And it's just brought a lot of pain for its creators and its fans. Anyway, if you have anything else to say, then go ahead and leave a comment. I don't know what else to put here. It's just me yapping, but that's about it. See ya.